do, YouTube? It's your boy Lil Trey D back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the NBA Finals that's airing on at 8:30 later on tonight as Game 1 of the Nuggets versus the Miami Heat. Now look, I've been hearing a lot of people say that this Finals is not going to be interesting because people really don't pay attention to both teams, because you got the Denver Nuggets, who's a small market team that nobody, should I say, don't care about, even though they got the two-time MVP on that team and he's putting up historic numbers. They still don't care. And on the other end, you got the Miami Heat, who are the 8th seed, and though they're a big market, who really cares about the Heat? Like, to be honest, I don't blame those people, but I've been hearing a lot of people say this is going to be the most boring finals in NBA history, and this is where I come to make a video about this. And look, this was not the finals I wanted. Even though I had Denver in the finals in the beginning, and I was right about that, and then in the East I had the Bucks in the finals, but that aged poorly because the Miami Heat just stomped all over them in 5 games. But the Miami Heat, they deserve it because they came in here as an 8th seed. The 8th seed, they lost to the Hawks in the play-in game, and then they were on verge of losing another play-in game to the Chicago Bulls if it was for the heroics of Jimmy Butler and Max Strus going off in that game. And then they go into the first round where they weren't favored, and yes, Giannis did get injured in game 1 and missed games 2 and 3. But the Miami Heat, though, they still played amazing basketball. And when Giannis did return, Jimmy Butler was still giving them that work. And then, in the second round, they went up against the Knicks. Well, it's the Knicks, so we all know they were going to fold anyway, so the Heat is 6. And then, they go to the Eastern Conference Finals and knock off the Celtics in 7 games, where they almost blew a 3-0 lead. And not going to lie, if they would have blew that 3-0 lead, yeah, it would have been pretty bad, especially for Jimmy Butler's legacy. Becoming the first player to blow a 3-0 lead, or should I say the first team ever to blow a 3-0 lead in NBA history. And Erik Spoelstra, who's definitely one of the greatest coaches of all time, glad he avoided that shit, because him blowing a 3-0 lead and Doc Rivers blowing like 3-1 leads, yeah, Doc Rivers, bro, he would be like, I know you ain't talking shit about me, as this guy blew a 3-0 lead. But Erik Spoelstra and the Miami Heat got the job done, and now they're headed to the NBA Finals, and this might be potentially their last Finals appearance, because the Eastern Conference is really going to get better and better. So I'm glad this was the perfect time for the Miami Heat to make the NBA Finals, because Jimmy Butler, as great as he is, he's getting up there with age. Bam Adebayo, don't get me started on that dude, because he is too inconsistent on offense. And shout out to Caleb Martin, though, because he's been playing well throughout these playoffs, especially in that Boston Celtics series where he outplayed Jaylen Brown, Mr. Second Team All NBA. And also shout out to Gabe Vincent as well. So the Miami Heat, they got a team bunch of dogs, a bunch of undrafted players, and they developed them. And now they're in the position that they are right now, and they're going to keep getting better and better. And I got to give Pat Riley some credit too, because even though Pat Riley, he do be dick riding a little bit, but hey, Pat Riley though, those moves, they're starting to look worth it to me, because he's taking all these undrafted players, develop them in that system, in that Heat culture, and now look at them, they are making their second NBA Finals appearance in the last 4 years. So yeah, shout out to the Miami Heat, bro. And if they can win this championship, yeah, Jimmy Butler, he's definitely a top 50 player of all time. And when they drop that top 100 list in the next, I'm going to say 25 years or something, yeah, Jimmy Butler is for sure going to be on that list. So shout out to the Miami Heat. And now let's get to their opponents, the Denver Nuggets. Now look, the Denver Nuggets, they might be arguably the most disrespected #1 seed in NBA history. You can make the case for the Utah Jazz in 2021, but at least everybody was respecting the Jazz a little bit. Well, not as much, but at least everybody knew who the Utah Jazz were. And everybody knew who D. Mitch was and Rudy Gobert. But the Denver Nuggets, I've been hearing a lot of people say who is the top 5 player in the league. All I heard was Giannis, Tatum, Steph, Luka, LeBron, KD. That's what I've been hearing a lot of people say. And some of my friends don't even know who Nikola Jokic is. And that's kind of embarrassing because Jokic, yes, I'm not a big Jokic fan or nothing, but you need to appreciate what Jokic is doing right now. Because this man is having a historic playoff run. The man is averaging 30 points a game, 10 assists, 13 rebounds, triple-double magic right there on 53% shooting from the field and 47% from 3 and 78% at the free throw line. So Jokic is having a historic playoff run. And now he's leading his team to their first ever NBA Finals. Not just in his career, but throughout the entire Nuggets' franchise history and their existence. So Jokic, this is a once-in-a-lifetime, not once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for him, but Jokic, this is a chance for him to climb up on the all-time rankings. Because if he get this chip and have an all-time great performance, I can see Jokic climbing up to that top 25 players of all time and being arguably a top 5 center of all time. Well, I'm not going to get overblown by that yet because the top 5 centers are really stacked. But Jokic, he's going to definitely climb up the all-time rankings if he can get this chip this year. Because he's already a 2-time MVP. He's made 5 All-NBA teams. And he made multiple first-team All-NBAs. What's missing left is that championship and that Finals MVP. Because if he can get that, I don't see how Jokic is not a top 25 player of all time. Because he accomplished everything that any NBA player would accomplish, and he's the best passing big of all time, and it's not even a debate. Because Jokic, what he could do on the offense, and he is arguably a top 5 offensive player of all time, and I'm not joking when I say this. He could do literally anything: post up, shoot, pass. Like, he could do it all. Now, I know a lot of people gonna say 2016 Steph, 2018 LeBron, and all that other stuff. But Jokic, what he's doing offensively this year is insane. Hell, what he did last year offensively was insane. That's why he won the MVP. Sure, it was an anomaly, but I think he deserved it. Because Jokic, he's just having these historic seasons. And now he's having a historic playoff run. And we all know Jokic is a playoff riser. Shows up every time in the playoffs. So yeah, what's missing is that championship. And if Jokic can get that ring, he's definitely top 25 in my personal opinion. But I'm not here to just talk about Jokic. We gotta get to the other players as well. Because shout out to Jamal Murray, bro. This man went through the struggles. This man came off of tearing his ACL in that 2021 season. He missed 2 playoffs in 2 straight seasons. And now, in his first playoffs back, he is in the NBA Finals. Shout out to Jamal Murray, bro. And he's proven why the bubble wasn't a fluke. Because Jamal Murray, he is just going off. Against the Lakers, he averaged over 30 points a game and just shredded apart D'Lo and Dennis Schroeder. Just shredded them apart. The entire Lakers team, I might add. So shout out to Jamal Murray, bro. And then you also got other guys like MPJ, Michael Porter Jr. Sure, he can have his inconsistent ways, but he can be hitting big shots for them and when they needed him. And shout out to Aaron Gordon too. I've been telling y'all, Aaron Gordon, he was a big pickup for the Nuggets in that a couple years ago in that trade deadline because he fit perfectly with that team. He also had a game of his life against the Lakers in Game 4 where they swept them. And also guys like Bruce Brown, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Jeff Green, all those guys. And the guy that's not really getting enough credit when it comes to this team is Mike Malone. Because Mike Malone, bro, yes, he might not be the best coach in the league, but he's definitely in that conversation. Because the adjustments that he can make and the way that the Nuggets play their offense, I think Mike Malone deserves a ton of credit for all that. And I don't think people give him enough credit for that. Obviously, due to him playing with Jokic and Jamal Murray, because he got all that offensive talent on that team. But Mike Malone, he be coming up with some of the best offensive schemes. Hell, even defensively, people thought that the Nuggets were going to get exposed on defense because of Jokic being a bad defender, especially in the past where he just was flat out awful on defense. Sure, Jokic's defense isn't elite or nothing, or not even good, but not gonna lie, Jokic, he's been stepping up on defense. And now, in my conclusion, do I think this is gonna be the most boring finals in NBA history? Now look, we've seen a lot of boring finals. We seen the San Antonio Spurs and New York Knicks in '99 in the lockout short year. People thought that was a little bit sus, but hey, a ring's a ring. You can't take that ring away from the Spurs. They earned it. Hell, I can even go to the 2000 season where the Lakers matched up against the Pacers, and we all knew that the Pacers were not going to beat the Lakers. We all knew that shit. Hell, I can even go to the Nets in the Spurs series. Another boring finals. Like, there's a lot of boring finals. Were those finals like not entertaining? I'm not saying that, because we gotta credit those players for having all-time great series. Tim Duncan averaged over 5 blocks a game against the Nets. Shaq was a dominant against the Sixers and the Pacers. And hell, I can even go to the 2007 against the Spurs and the Cavaliers. That really wasn't an entertaining finals. Now I can even go to 2020, where that was the lowest viewed finals in NBA history, the Lakers and the Miami Heat. So yeah, is this finals going to be all-time great? We don't know, because we haven't seen them play yet. But is this going to be like the greatest finals of all time? Well, I'm not saying that quite yet, because we've seen a lot of great finals. So yeah, it's time to give the Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets the respect that they deserve, because people did not expect them to be in this position. Hell, even when the Denver Nuggets were the #1 seed, people still didn't believe in them. They still didn't believe in them. All I heard was Lakers, 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 Lakers. Is Lakers going to pull off a 3-0 comeback? That's all I heard. Give the Nuggets their damn respect. All I hear is more Laker talk than Nugget talk after that series. Start giving the Denver Nuggets their respect that they deserve. Everybody was just on Jokic to make the NBA Finals, and look where he's at right now, in the NBA Finals, on verge of winning his first championship. And as for the Miami Heat, they grinded all year, and now they're on verge of becoming the first 8th seed to win a championship. And Jimmy Butler went from a homeless guy into an NBA superstar and an NBA legend. Bam Adebayo as well. His upcoming to the NBA is real historic as well. So yeah, it's time to give the Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets the respect that they deserve, because we can see players win their first championships. 2 opposing star players winning their first championship to solidify their legacies. So yeah, we should be proud of this finals. But that concludes this video. What y'all think? Hit that comment section down below. Hit that subscribe button. This your boy Lil Trady signing out. Peace.